Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 4, Book 52, Number 85. Narrated by Sa'al bin Sa'd as-Sa'idi. I saw Marwan bin al-Hakam sitting in the mosque. So I came forward and sat by his side. He told us that Zayd bin Thabit had told him that Allah's apostle had dictated to him the divine verse, "Not equal are those believers who sit at home, and those who strive hard and fight in the cause of Allah with their wealth and lives." 4.95. Zayd said, Ibn Maktum came to the Prophet while he was dictating to me that very verse. On that Ibn Maktum said, "O Allah's apostle, if I had power, I would surely take part in Jihad." He was a blind man. So Allah sent down revelation to his apostle while his thigh was on mine. And it became so heavy for me that I feared that my thigh would be broken. Then that state of the Prophet was over after Allah revealed, "Except those who are disabled by injury or are blind or lame etc." 4.95. Volume 4, Book 52, Number 86. Narrated by Salim Abu an-Nadar. Abdullah bin Abi Alfa wrote, and I read what he wrote, that Allah's apostle said, "When you face them, i.e. your enemy, then be patient." Volume 4, Book 52, Number 87. Narrated by Anas. Allah's apostle went towards the Kandak, i.e. trench, and saw the emigrants and the Ansar digging in a very cold morning, as they did not have slaves to do that for them. When he noticed their fatigue and hunger, he said, "O Allah, the real life is that of the hereafter, so please, forgive the Ansar and the emigrants." In its reply, the emigrants and the Ansar said, "We are those who have given a pledge of allegiance to Muhammad that we will carry on jihad as long as we live." Volume 4, Book 52, Number 88. Narrated by Anas. The emigrants and the Ansar started digging the trench around Medina, carrying the earth on their backs and saying, "We are those who have given a pledge of allegiance to Muhammad that we will carry on jihad as long as we live." The Prophet kept on replying, "O Allah, there is no good except the good of the hereafter. So confer your blessings on the Ansar and the emigrants." Volume 4, Book 52, Number 89. Narrated by Al-Bara. The Prophet went on carrying, i.e. the earth, and saying, "Without you, O Allah, we would have got no guidance." Volume 4, Book 52, Number 90. Narrated by Al-Bara. On the day of the battle of Al-Azab, i.e. clans, I saw the Prophet carrying earth, and the earth was covering the whiteness of his abdomen. And he was saying, "Without you, O Allah, we would have got no guidance, nor given in charity, nor prayed. So please bless us with tranquility and make firm our feet when we meet our enemies. Indeed, these people have rebelled against, oppressed us, but never shall we yield if they try to bring affliction upon us." Volume 4, Book 52, Number 91. Narrated by Anas. We returned from the Ghazwa of Tabuk along with the Prophet. See Hadith number 92 below. Volume 4, Book 52, Number 92. Narrated by Anas. While the Prophet was in a Ghazwa, he said, "Some people have remained behind us in Medina, and we never crossed a mountain path or a valley, but they were with us, i.e. sharing the reward with us, as they have been held back by a legal excuse." Volume 4, Book 52, Number 93. Narrated by Abu Sa'id. I heard the Prophet saying, "Indeed, anyone who fasts for one day for Allah's pleasure, Allah will keep his face away from the hell fire for a distance covered by a journey of 70 years. Volume 4, Book 52, Number 94. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "Whoever spends two things in Allah's cause, will be called by all the gatekeepers of paradise, who will be saying, O so and so, come here. Abu Bakr said, O Allah's Apostle, such persons will never be destroyed. The Prophet said, I hope you will be one of them. Volume 4, Book 52, number 95. Narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. Allah's Apostle ascended the pulpit and said, Nothing worries me as to what will happen to you after me, except the temptation of worldly blessings which will be conferred on you. Then he mentioned the worldly pleasures. He started with the one, i.e. the blessings, and took up the other, i.e. the pleasures. A man got up saying, O Allah's Apostle, can the good bring about evil? The Prophet remained silent, and we thought that he was being inspired divinely, so all the people kept silent with awe. Then the Prophet wiped the sweat off his face and asked, Where is the present questioner? Do you think wealth is good? He repeated thrice, adding, No doubt, good produces nothing but good. Indeed, it is like what grows on the banks of a stream, which either kills or nearly kills the grazing animals because of gluttony, except the vegetation-eating animal, which eats till both its flanks are full, i.e. till it gets satisfied, and then stands in the sun and defecates and urinates and again starts grazing. This worldly property is sweet vegetation. How excellent the wealth of the Muslim is, if it is collected through legal means and is spent in Allah's cause and on orphans, poor people and travelers. But he who does not take it legally is like an eater who is never satisfied, and his wealth will be a witness against him on the day of resurrection. Volume 4, Book 52, number 96. Narrated by Zayd bin Khalid. Allah's Apostle said, He who prepares a ghazi going in Allah's cause is given a reward equal to that of a ghazi, and he who looks after properly the dependents of a ghazi going in Allah's cause is given a reward equal to that of ghazi. Volume 4, Book 52, number 97. Narrated by Anas. The Prophet used not to enter any house in Medina except the house of Sulaim besides those of his wives. When he was asked why, he said, I take pity on her as her brother was killed in my company. Volume 4, Book 52, number 98. Narrated by Ibn Awn. Once Musa bin Anas, while describing the Battle of Yamama, said, Anas bin Malik went to Thabit bin Kay, who had lifted his clothes from his thighs and was applying hunut to his body. Anas asked, O uncle, what is holding you back from the battle? He replied, O my nephew, I am coming just now, and went on perfuming himself with hunut. Then he came and sat in the row. Anas then mentioned that the people fled from the battlefield. On that Thabit said, Clear the way for me to fight the enemy. We would never do so, i.e. flee, in the company of Allah's Apostle. How bad the habits you have acquired from your enemies. Volume 4, Book 52, number 99. Narrated by Jabir. The Prophet said, Who will bring me the information about the enemy on the day of the battle of Al-Ahzab, i.e. clans? Az Zubair said, I will. The Prophet said again, Who will bring me the information about the enemy? Az Zubair said again, I will. The Prophet said, Every prophet had a disciple, and my disciple is Az Zubair.